Childhood may seem far behind us, but the experiences we lived through during those early years never really leave. They shape our thoughts, emotions, and even our relationships as adults. In this video, we'll explore how childhood trauma silently molds who you are today, and why understanding it is the first step to healing. The lasting imprint of early experiences. Childhood trauma leaves more than just memories. It imprints itself on the brain and body. When a child experiences neglect, abuse, or prolonged stress, their nervous system learns to stay on high alert. This heightened state becomes the default, even in adulthood. As a result, someone who grew up in an unpredictable environment might feel anxious in safe situations, because their brain still expects danger. Early experiences also affect brain development, especially in areas like the hippocampus memory and amygdala fear processing. This means traumatic events can alter how you remember and respond to life. The imprint of trauma often shows up in subtle ways, like difficulty trusting others, overreacting to small triggers, or feeling stuck in old patterns. These are not weaknesses, but survival strategies that once kept you safe. Understanding this imprint is the first step to recognizing how deeply childhood experiences influence adult life. How trauma shapes your beliefs about yourself. Childhood trauma often plants hidden beliefs that echo throughout adulthood. A child who faced constant criticism or neglect may internalize the message, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't deserve love." These beliefs become a lens through which they see the world. Even small failures can trigger overwhelming shame or self-doubt because the old wounds resurface. Over time, these beliefs influence relationships, career choices, and even physical health. Adults may sabotage opportunities, avoid intimacy, or overwork themselves trying to prove worth. These patterns are not conscious decisions, but unconscious attempts to resolve old pain. What's powerful to realize is that these beliefs are learned, not truths, by bringing them into awareness. Therapy, journaling, or mindful self-reflection can help challenge and reframe them. Healing begins when you recognize that your worth was never defined by the trauma you experienced, but by the resilience you've carried ever since. Emotional triggers and relationship patterns. Trauma from childhood often resurfaces in the way we relate to others. Unresolved wounds can cause hypersensitivity to rejection, criticism, or abandonment. For example, a raised voice might feel like an attack, even when the intent isn't harmful. Similarly, some people avoid closeness altogether, fearing that intimacy will only lead to pain. Others may cling too tightly, terrified of being left behind. These patterns are not flaws, but protective shields built long ago. Unfortunately, they can create a cycle of conflict, loneliness, or broken trust in adult relationships. Recognizing these emotional triggers is vital. Once identified, they can be managed instead of blindly acted upon. This awareness allows healthier communication, boundaries, and emotional regulation. Healing relationships is not about forgetting the past, but learning to respond to the present with new tools rather than old survival mechanisms. Awareness transforms reactions into choices, creating space for deeper connections. Trauma's hidden impact on the body. Childhood trauma doesn't just shape the mind, it also impacts the body. Chronic stress during formative years floods the body with cortisol, the stress hormone. Over time, this weakens the immune system, disrupts digestion, and contributes to chronic illnesses like heart disease or diabetes. Many trauma survivors experience unexplained physical symptoms, such as headaches, fatigue, or body pain. These are not imaginary problems, but real signals of unresolved stress stored in the nervous system. The body remembers what the mind tries to forget. Practices like yoga, breathwork, or somatic therapy can help release these stored tensions. Addressing trauma at a physical level is as important as the mental side, because healing requires integration of both. By listening to the body and responding with care, survivors can begin to restore balance, energy, and health. showing that the path to recovery is not just mental, but deeply physical as well. If this video resonated with you, remember, you're not alone, and healing is possible. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on mental health and personal growth. Your journey matters. Together, we can break the cycle and move toward healing.